October was hot for racing games, and it looks like November will be even hotter. With the long-awaited release of EA SPORTS WRC, Update 1.4 for Gran Turismo 7, Update 2 for Forza Motorsport and much more, there's plenty of four-wheel action to enjoy over the next few weeks. I'm John from TopSplit, and here's our pick of what to look out for across the racing game landscape in November 2023. Before we dive in, a quick mention that our channel memberships are now live. Support TopSplit by becoming a top fan, and get your name at the end of every video, recognition on the channel and in video descriptions, plus access to exclusive community posts, polls and more. Click on join in the video description to get started. With EA's third F1 game out in the wild, they've turned their attention to the World Rally Championship, bringing officially licensed rally cars back to a Codemasters rally game for the first time in over 20 years. The spiritual successor to Dirt Rally 2.0, EA SPORTS WRC launched this past Friday on November the 3rd and has been met with mixed reviews, attracting praise for its realism and the driving experience, but seeing criticism for its graphics, performance and hardware compatibility. With the full 2023 WRC field, true-to-life stages from around the world, and a whole host of iconic rally machinery from decades past to hop into, plus ever-important VR support, whether you're on Xbox Series X and S, PS5 or PC, it's time to blast through forests, tackle desert sands, and forge a path through torrid snowstorms in EA SPORTS WRC. Hailed as the biggest update to Gran Turismo 7 to date, Update 1.4 landed on November the 2nd, with new content across the board for Sony's flagship racing game. My top 3 highlights are the new weekly challenges, a set of 5 time-limited events to complete every 7 days for credits and roulette tickets, the permanent addition of GT Sophie as a quick race option at 9 different circuits, and the introduction of master licenses with 50 brand new tests to complete. That's not to mention the debut of snow races with the new Lake Louise circuit, a host of new menu books, 4-player split-screen multiplayer, a bunch of new cars and engine swaps, and much more. So whether GT7 is your daily driver, or you haven't topped on for a while, now's the time to boot up your PlayStation, dive in and soak up all the new content on offer. The long-awaited Forza Motorsport reboot released on October the 10th, and whilst the multiplayer experience has been applauded, the bugs, poor optimization and lack of content, amongst other things, has been a letdown for its fans. In a community update on October the 27th, Turn 10 announced a major mid-November update, bringing a new circuit in Yas Marina and, according to them, over 200 fixes, including stability improvements, group multiplayer changes, addressing the race replay bug and much more. It's a small start, but there's still a long way to go to bring Forza Motorsport up to scratch, and if you want a deep dive into everything that needs to be fixed, check out our recent video in the info card or in the description. iRacing's executive producer Greg Hill took to the forums last Wednesday for their November development update, and whilst rain wasn't outright confirmed for Season 1 in December, he did say that its release is imminent. Major updates are always pushed to iRacing in quarterly cycles, so if it isn't released this November, we could be waiting all the way till February next year. We imagine the iRacing team will want players to familiarise themselves with the wet weather driving experience before Season 1 commences, so could we see its debut before the typical Week 13 shenanigans? On top of rain, there's new cars, tracks, features and more on the way. We've got a video coming up that'll dive into the heart of all the changes, so if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe and keep an eye out in the coming days. Broadcasting live from DreamHack Winter 2023, held in Elmia, Sweden, the 2023 ESL R1 Fall Series concludes with 24 of the world's best sim racers competing for a prize pool of over €200,000. Day 1 will see 24 whittled down to 12, as each driver has their final chances to score enough points to move on. Day 2 is where we'll crown the second ever ESL R1 champion, as both teams and drivers battle it out for the top prize of €40,000 apiece. Rennsport has had a tricky few months, with low viewership, alleged R-Factor 2 copycat controversy, and a seemingly small pool of drivers gaining access to the closed beta, culminating in a rather frosty community reception so far. But there's no denying that ESL R1 features one of sim racing's biggest prize pools to date, and with an audience of thousands at DreamHack Winter, it's a great opportunity to showcase top-level sim racing to the masses. As you can see, there's plenty to sink your teeth into this month, and that's without mentioning a suite of iRacing special events and the culmination of the PESC and eNASCAR Contender Series. So for a full breakdown of everything taking place across the racing game landscape this month, head to topsplit.gg for the full lowdown. With next month seeing the expected release of the official WEC game, Le Mans Ultimate, another new circuit coming to Forza Motorsport, the Gran Turismo World Finals, and more, there's plenty more to come before winter sets in. But until then, I'm John from TopSplit, and I'll see you out on track.